Hi there, Nigel Saunders of KW Bonsai. I was in the kids' room the other day and I found this toy Wally in there. And I thought, our club show's coming up and I'd like to come up with a display using Wally. So I had that in mind for quite some time. And at the second-hand store, I found this plastic tray. It doesn't have any drainage holes, it's just a plastic tray. And I thought, well, that might make a good scenery for my Wally. And of course, Wally needs a little tree. In the movie, he had a tree in a boot. I don't have a boot, so I'm going to use one of my bonsai trees. The tree I'm going to use is my tiny Ficus religiosa. The leaf shape matches the plant in the movie. Now the plant in the movie, it looks like a pea plant, but in the end of the movie it shows it as a giant tree when Wally and Eve are standing underneath it. So it has to be a tree of some sort, and the Ficus religiosa has the right shaped leaves to match the one in the movie. So that's the reason I'm going to use this tree. So my diorama type thing for our bonsai show is going to have Wally here working on his little bonsai tree. I'll have it standing on some kind of a stand. I don't know, maybe I'll make a block of garbage and fill it with sand, the tray. And maybe have some rusty stuff sticking out of the ground, I don't know. The first thing I have to do is I have to arrange the display. How it is now isn't too bad, actually. We want to move Wally back a bit, I think. Except he won't stay there. Stay, Wally. There. And maybe the tree is our focus point, so how about something like that? Let's see how that looks. I'm going to try some different things here. I'm going to try hay. That looks a little better. I don't want Wally too close to the tree because he kind of takes the focus away from the tree. I kind of want him sort of in the background and the tree in the foreground if I can. Let's try it something like this. I'm going to get the sand and we'll fill up our tray. I'm thinking maybe of using rocks to put the tree on instead of on like a tin can or something. Might, I think it looks better. The tin can kind of took your attention away from the pot. I'll try this. I'm going to try it. I'm going to fill it in with sand now and we'll see how it looks. So let's take our tree away and put Wally over here. And I'm wondering if I need, well, Wally was going to go here. No, I don't think I need this rock. I'm going to take it away. Okay, let's fill it with sand. The sand's a little damp right now. I have no idea why. It was inside the house, but it is. It's a little damp. I'm trying to make kind of a flat base for the rocks, or the pot to sit on here. Okay, it's getting pretty close. I'm trying to position these rocks so they will stay level for the pot, which will sit here. Fairly level. I might have to raise this rock a little bit. I think I will. Let's try this. Sprinkle some sand down here and put the rock back. That looks better. Kind of level here now. Let's try that out. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, now to get our sand level, we're going to do the water trick. where we're going to wet the sand. And it'll all level out. And then we'll put Wally on top and make some tracks in the sand and that kind of stuff. So I'll get the watering can and we'll give it a water. Okay, here we go with the water. Now, we're not growing any live moss or anything in this pot, so it doesn't need any drainage holes. And it will never need watering again. This is just to level it out. Wash those rocks off. And we'll let that drain. So I'm quite low with the sand. I kind of want it up to the edge of the pot. So let's get some more sand out. Okay, we'll wet that again. I won't wet it quite as much this time because I want to kind of have a bit of a hill there. See how that looks? That's not too bad. I think that's a good level with the sand. So now we can place our Wally in there. And we want to make some tracks. So we'll kind of I guess it has to be drier to make tracks. Anyway, we'll position them in here. And we'll put our plant in too. Now let's see how this is looking. We'll get down low. I'm just looking at the composition. Looks a little disjointed. I think Wally needs to be a little closer to the tree maybe. Let's try that. That looks better. It's probably pretty hard for you guys to see it without a background behind it. So I think I'll take it indoors and we'll have a look at it with the black background. We're indoors now. We've got it against the black background. I like it. I think it does the job. I like the fact Wally's on an angle like that. It kind of leads your eye up to the tree. It sort of forms almost a triangle. The tree stands out as being the only green in the display. Yeah, I think it's I think it kind of works. So that'll be our tiny Ficus religiosa display for our club show coming up next month. I did a bit of a trunk chop on this tree. Right here, we took off kind of the leader. And I got 2 new branches growing down from underneath here, which is really nice. It's, you know, we're trying to build our kind of banyan-style canopy on this tree. So we'll get that. Where we pinch the tree here, we're getting some new growth coming in here. So it's starting to ramify a bit. The moss on top is pretty yucky and wet looking. That was because I took the moss into the greenhouse where it was a little too hot for the moss and it died off. It probably will regrow. It usually does in fall. But I'll probably, for the club show, I'll probably end up replacing that with fresh, tiny, nicely trimmed green moss. I have thought about getting a boot instead of the bonsai pot to put the tree in, but I don't know. That might be going too far. So that's it for today on our Ficus religiosa display for our club show. We've got Wally in the sand and our little tree that he's found, and he's working on it now. So Nigel Saunders of KW Bonsai. Do something green today. Try and use rainwater to water all your garden and plants. Try and collect it in barrels from your eaves troughs. Put some netting over to stop mosquitoes breeding in it, and you'll have great water for your garden and your bonsai trees. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.